Now we will discuss about the factors affecting dividend decision. That means what are the factors that should be kept in mind while deciding the dividend decision. You can also call it determinants of dividend decision. Finance manager has to decide how much profit should be retained in the business and how much profit should be distributed among the shareholders. For this, he has to keep in mind certain factors. First is earnings. Earnings means profit of the business. This is quite simple. If the business is earning more profits, it is in a position to announce more dividend. And if the earnings are less, then less dividend will be announced. This is quite simple. Second is stability of earning. If a company earns stable profits, that means the rate of earning remains the same. The rate of profit remains the same. Then we know next year again we will be earning more profit. Yeah, we will be earning this much profit. So company is in a position to announce more dividend. But if the earning of the companies are unstable, sometimes you earn more profit and sometimes you earn less profit and sometimes very less profit. In that case, it should keep more profit as retained earnings. But if the stable profit, then you can announce more dividend to the shareholders. Third factor is stable dividend policy. Some companies follow stable dividend policy. That means they do not change the amount of dividend, whatever be the profit. If profits are more, then also they give the same rate of dividend, and if profit are less, then they do not decrease the rate of dividend. Rather, they take the dividend from past retained earnings, they take the profit from the past retained earnings and distribute among the shareholders. They do these to maintain their goodwill in the market. If the firm is following stable dividend policy, then the amount of dividend do not change with a little rise or little fall in the earnings. It remains the same. Growth opportunities. If the firm is having more growth opportunities, that means if we have some projects in hand, we have some good proposal in which if we invest money, then we will be earning more profit. Then if the growth opportunities are available, then firm should announce less dividend and more profit should be retained in the form of retained earnings to invest in these opportunities. But if they are not available, routine is there, same routine is following there, then you should announce you give more dividend and less retained earnings. There is no need to keep more retained earnings in that case. Cash flow position. Cash flow position means there are two kinds of cash flow position. One is favorable and another is unfavorable. If cash flow position is favorable, that means your cash inflows are more than cash outflows, then you can pay more dividend. As the amount of payment of dividend leads to cash outflow, so it is very necessary you must have favorable cash flow position. So if you have favorable cash flow position, then you can announce more dividend to the shareholders. But if cash flow position is unfavorable, that means inflows are less and outflows are more, then from where will you give dividend? Dividend leads to outflow of cash. In that case, you have to reduce the amount of dividend. Then shareholders preference. Shareholders preference means what do our shareholders want? There are two kinds of shareholders. Number one is shareholders are those who prefer regular income, like retired people, unemployed people. They invest money in the company as they will be earning regular income in the form of dividend. In that case, company should keep in mind these shareholders before announcing the dividend. But if there are shareholders who prefer capital profits, that means these shareholders are not interested in dividend, these shareholders are only interested in capital profit, कि whenever the market price of share will rise, they will sell the share and earn the capital profit. In that case, company is free to declare any rate of dividend. There is no pressure of the share company to announce more dividend. But again, it should not have any impact on the market price of the shares. Next point is taxation policy. Although dividend in the hands of shareholders is tax free, but tax is deducted at source by the company. Whenever company declares dividend, company first deduct the tax, then dividend is distributed among the shareholders. If tax rate is high, then company declares less dividend to the shareholders. Because there is no point in declaring more dividend. More dividend means more tax has to be paid to the government. And vice versa. If tax rate is less, then less dividend will be paid to the, then we can announce more dividend to the shareholders. Next, state of capital market. Or you can say access to the capital market. Access to the capital market means in case of need, you have easy access to the market. That means if it is easy to raise funds for the company, if the company can raise funds easily, if the company has such a good reputation, if it will issue new shares, people will subscribe for it, if it will demand loan from any bank or financial institutions, they will readily give the loan, then the company can declare less dividend, and then the company can declare more dividend, as they can easily raise funds from the capital market at the time of need. But if there is difficulty in raising funds, you are newly established company, nobody knows you, your goodwill is not maintained yet, then in that case you should announce less dividend and keep more retained earnings. Next point is legal constraint. In the company law, certain provisions are given regarding the distribution of dividend. That is, dividend can never be paid out of the capital of the company, or dividend can never be paid without meeting all the expenses. So whenever you are declaring dividend, you have to keep in mind the legal constraints, that is provision which are mentioned in the company law regarding the payment of dividend. Next is contractual constraints. Sometimes when we take loan from some other company, or we take loan from some financial institution, they put a condition on us regarding the payment of dividend, and if we have agreed to it, we have signed that condition, in that case we have to follow the contract. We cannot violate the contract. In that case, before declaring the dividend, we have to keep in mind the restriction which has been imposed on us by our creditor. Pause करो.